One was born for luxury, the other for the hunt. One pants heavily with a simple stroll. The other barks as if the world belongs to them. One wins over celebrities with its bulging eyes and awkward charm. The other defies its size within. Ego, bigger than itself. In this journey, you'll discover what the glamour of Paris and the salons of England have in common, and what separates two of the world's most popular and also most controversial dogs today. We unravel the duality between the French Bulldog and the Yorkshire Terrier. Get ready to learn their secrets, their genetic exaggerations, their moments of glory, and the warning signs no one talks about. To dogs, to stories. Two extremes of the same passion, the irrational love for our best friends. But it's not all cuddles and Instagram poses. There's a side few dare to show, and perhaps by the end of this video, you'll understand why these two animals were created not just to entertain us, but to reveal what's most contradictory in the human soul. On one side, the French Bulldog, packed into 30 centimeters of pure stubbornness and charm. With its flat snout and bat-like ears, it weighs around 12 kilos but seems to carry twice that in personality. Its body is muscular, its breathing labored, and the snoring unmistakable. It lives between 10 to 12 years, almost always surrounded by care. It's not a fan of heat or cold, but it loves your lap. On the other, the Yorkshire Terrier, elegant, vibrant, and restless. Weighing between 2 to 4 kilos, it acts like a miniature wolf. Its long, silky coat demands constant care. Its eyes sparkle with intelligence or mischief. It lives, on average, 13 to 16 years, a tiny centenarian with energy to spare. While the Bulldog is a couch potato, the Yorkshire is ever alert. One loves quiet human companionship. The other hates staying silent for long, to small bodies. But two presences that dominate any space. The origin of the French Bulldog starts far from France. In fact, it was born in England, a descendant of the Old English Bulldog, the one used in brutal fighting rings, where brute strength was prized. But something changed. With the Industrial Revolution, English artisans migrated to rural France, bringing their small bulldogs with them. There, they were refined, molded, crossed with smaller breeds, and thus emerged the charming companion of bohemian artists, seamstresses, and eccentric nobles, a breed that traded the ring for human companionship. From brutality to the lap, from shouts to silence, the Yorkshire Terrier, on the other hand, was born among the working class. In northern England, amidst coal mines and factories, it was used to hunt rats. Small enough to slip into the tiniest holes, brave enough to face whatever it found. Its name comes from the county of Yorkshire, its fame from precision and courage. But fate had another role in store. Its coat began to shine under the lights of aristocratic salons, and the hunter became a lap ornament. A curious contrast, the Bulldog, created by the elite, became a dog of the people. The Yorkshire, born in the underbelly, ended up in the most refined laps. From the dust of factories and Parisian cafes to the world's spotlights, the French Bulldog didn't need much to win hearts. Its flat face, bat-like ears, and lazy yet charismatic demeanor made it a social media favorite. Celebrities like Lady Gaga, Leonardo DiCaprio, and David Beckham did it. Just adopt them. They turned them into true-style accessories. In no time. What was once a Parisian working-class lapdog became a symbol of urban luxury. Today, it's among the most registered breeds worldwide and the most beloved in cities like New York and Sao Paulo. The Yorkshire Terrier shone before social media. In the 90s and 2000s, you could hardly open a celebrity magazine without seeing a Yorkie in someone's arms. Paris Hilton, Britney Spears, Gisele Bündchen, they all helped create the dog-in-a-bag image, light, elegant, with fur like silk threads. The Yorkie became a trend, and more than that, a status symbol. Its compact size and always photo-ready appearance made it a darling of luxury apartments and runways. To breeds, to distinct paths, but one thing in common, they stopped being just dogs. They became cultural icons. But not all is flash and likes. Fame comes at a price, and these breeds know it well. The French Bulldog, despite being one of the world's most adored dogs, is at the center of a profound debate. Its cute appearance, flat snout, big eyes, and perpetually sweet expression is also the cause of its greatest suffering: chronic breathing problems, difficulty regulating body temperature. Birds almost always by cesarean. Many experts argue that the breed standard has crossed the line of what's healthy. In some countries, like Norway and the Netherlands, there are already restrictions on breeding bulldogs with extreme traits. The criticism, a beauty built at the cost of well-being. The Yorkshire Terrier faced a different kind of threat. At the end of World War II, the breed nearly vanished in England. It was thanks to passionate breeders and a little dog named Huddersfield Ben that the breed standard was rescued and preserved. But even with its survival secured, the excesses of popularity followed irresponsible breeding to meet demand, mass production of puppies, and a wave of fads that turned the Yorkshire into a product. The result, a generation of dogs with unstable temperaments, prone to tracheal collapse, dental issues, and luxation and s. Too much fame, too many expectations. When love turns into obsession, even the strongest dogs can suffer. And this brings up an uncomfortable question: how much are we willing to sacrifice just to have a perfect pet? Owning a dog is easy. Caring for one is another story. The French Bulldog demands near clinical attention, starting with its breathing. Due to its short snout, it can struggle with heat, intense exercise, or even a simple walk on warmer days. Air-conditioned environments, walks only during cooler hours, and never, ever pushing it beyond its limits. Its skin full of folds, needs frequent cleaning, otherwise. Infections and dermatitis appear without warning, plus many have food allergies, chronic flatulence, and gastrointestinal issues. Caring for a bulldog is like having a baby forever. The Yorkshire, small and seemingly fragile, is surprisingly demanding. It's fine. Silky coat needs brushing almost daily, or within weeks. Knots take over. It's prone to serious dental problems, with tooth loss at a young age if care is neglected. Another challenge is tracheal collapse, a silent but common issue in the breed that can turn a simple bark into a wheeze of distress. And don't be fooled by its size. The Yorkshire is bold, energetic, and needs daily mental stimulation. An underestimated dog is a bored dog. The bored Yorkshire turns into a tiny hurricane at home. Love isn't enough. These breeds demand routine, patience, and an investment beyond money. But even with all this care, there's something science hasn't fully explained, despite all scientific advances. Some questions about the French Bulldog and the Yorkshire remain unanswered, and that's what makes them fascinating. For the French Bulldog, the mystery begins with its anatomy. How has a breed with so many physical limitations survived natural selection? The answer may lie in artificial selection, but even that doesn't explain everything. Scientists are still trying to understand why some bulldogs live only 7 years, while others surpass 12 with vitality. Is it in the DNA, environmental factors, or is there something in the emotional bond with their owners that alters even their life expectancy? The Yorkshire Terrier intrigues with its emotional intelligence. Small but with an almost feline instinct, it can sense subtle changes in its owner's mood and adjust its behavior. Recent studies suggest this breed is among those most prone to separation anxiety. But what truly surprises scientists is its memory. Some Yorkshires can recall commands and routines even after long periods of absence. How does such a tiny brain store so much? Why do some seem to understand human emotions better than larger dogs? There are still open genetic questions. Why do certain lineages develop a bluish coat color? Why are some bulldogs born with tails so short they almost disappear? Amid genetic folds and unexpected behaviors, one thing is certain: science has it. Unravel everything. But perhaps what fascinates us most about these dogs isn't what we know, it's what we still can't explain. If the French Bulldog and the Yorkshire could write a breakup letter, they'd probably start like this: "It's not you, it's me. Just kidding, it's definitely you." Here are 10 honest reasons why these breeds might not like you. 1. If you live somewhere hot, the French Bulldog will judge you. Literally. It doesn't handle heat well and will melt on your living room rug. 2. Do you like silence? The Yorkshire didn't get the memo. It barks at dust that moves. 3. The Bulldog needs attention all the time. If you're not available, it'll go on an emotional strike. For Yorkshire plus loneliness equals Mexican soap opera. Leaving it alone opens the door to anxiety, destruction, and judgmental stares. 5. If you dream of an athletic dog, the Bulldog will laugh. Climbing stairs is its Everest. 6. The Yorkshire is like Sherlock Holmes with OCD. It'll investigate every corner of the house and then judge your organization. 7. The Bulldog snores loudly. Like, I woke up thinking it was a tractor. Loudly. 8. The Yorkshire demands daily brushing. If you don't, it turns into a furball with legs. 9. The Bulldog farts without ceremony and it'll look at you like it's your fault. 10. The Yorkshire thinks it's a lion. It'll want to take on pit bulls, trucks, and its own reflection. But deep down, they just want to be understood. And if you can handle their flaws, you'll discover a love no human can offer. In the end, French Bulldog or Yorkshire, which is better for you? The answer isn't in their traits. Not in the trends. Not in the cuteness. It's in what you need to learn from them. The Bulldog teaches you to slow down, to enjoy a rainy Sunday on the couch. To sleep snoring without guilt. To live intensely, even when the body has limits. It's a living reminder that love doesn't need to rush. It just needs to be present. The Yorkshire, it teaches you to be brave, to not measure strength by size. To defend those you love with nails, teeth, and high-pitched barks. To keep your self-esteem sky high, even when the world feels too big. It's that friend who never lets you forget your worth, who shouts your presence, even when the world wants to silence you. Choosing between them is like choosing between 2 kinds of soul. One that embraces you, another that pushes you forward, one that invites you to feel, another that calls you to act. Maybe you need both. Or maybe you'll realize that the dog that suits you best is the one that challenges your flaws the most, that confronts you, that demands you grow. Because, in the end, dogs don't come into our lives by chance. They show up at the right moment, with the exact mission to transform who we are. So, before choosing a dog, ask yourself, am I ready to be transformed? And before you run off to choose between a furry mini gladiator or a flat-faced love vacuum, there's something no one told you. A silent breed is gaining ground in human hearts, one that doesn't bark, doesn't snore, but is changing how we understand true friendship. In the next episode, you'll meet the dog that doesn't need much space, but will occupy your entire heart. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and comment. Are you more Bulldog or more Yorkshire? Because your answer says a lot more about you than you think.